world completely differently. You don't look at rails and be like, oh, that's, gonna hold me and keep me stable. You look at it as like, oh, what trick can I throw on that? Look at this skate park. Like, this is just geometry, and we're obsessed with it.
But really, it's like an art form, in my opinion.
No matter what trick you're doing, it's about how you do it.
I just remember some of the kids at school I'd see skating at my middle school, and there's just something about their style and the actual act of skateboarding that looked attractive to me.
See, I like the pain of like skating because like I'm not gonna want to fall again. For me, I guess I have a thick skull, so I just learned by pain.
So the fractured ankle was about 5 weeks off, and the shoulder was 3 weeks. But then other than that, I'm always skating.
6 months in, he's already 2 months out.
Yeah, probably learn how to fall before you start learning.
I'm not even good at falling yet.
I mean, it's good for you, like in the aspect of
It's
like
exercise,
cardio.
yeah.
I mean, obviously getting injured isn't good for you, but
Kind of a hobby that'll never leave. I'm almost 35. I probably won't quit like until my body gives up. How I get most of my exercise, it's great for my mental health.
Definitely a good outlet after like being stressed all the time.
but you get outside, it's fun, brings you enjoyment, brings you to like other people. It's something you can do with somebody. I feel like at tech, it's easy to get stuck in like this routine.
Like a never-ending list of things you can learn, so it's not going to get boring. Like every time you learn something, you can add like a trick onto the end of it, or you can do the same trick 4 different ways depending on if you do it like nollie or switch or normal.
I mean, anybody can pick it up, and even just to start riding around, like there's always evolutions of it. Maybe you landed your kickflip first try this day, or you didn't, you struggled and you got it out.
When you land it once, it's like insane. And then you're like, okay, I want to do this again.
The more you do it, you can feel yourself getting closer. And
When you start picking it up, it's so satisfying.
When I landed that first kickflip, oh,
Best feeling.
we're all sig ups. So there's a decent skate culture. You know, you get people that skate the parks, you get people that longboard, but definitely a lot of people that do at least some aspect of skateboarding.
Started with like a ripstick when I was like 10, and then on campus I just use it to commute. So I don't really know how to do tricks, but like it's fun cruising.
Originally from Nigeria, but I live in London.
I'm from California. I didn't skate that much. I surfed more. I started picking up skating just like when I was here, like maybe a few months ago, just to get around. But then I'm trying to get into like getting more into tricks.
I'm dating Sean, and he got me a skateboard for Christmas as like something we could do together. So
It's the same story for me. So I'm dating Alex, and she got me a skateboard for Valentine's Day. And this is literally like my 4th day doing it.
I got to skate when I was like 5 or 6 with my older brother.
We all met like at Tech. It was like being in a land where like no one spoke the same language except y'all. Honestly, pretty seamlessly, we just started meeting more skater people, and we were like, oh, we should like, form a network so we can all skate together. Tiddlywinks, because me and Charleston were skating, and there was a class change, and this old faculty member came up, very unenthused. He was like, hey, y'all can't be skating here and doing your Tiddlywinks.
The reason I even knew about this club is because I happened to be skating back from lunch. A guy stopped me and he's like, are you in the group meet? And I was like, what?
I didn't actually really get into it until sophomore year of college when I met this guy at a party who added me to the skate group chat. Being at Tech has been really awesome because it's the first time I've actually found a really supportive group of guy skaters. Guys either kind of look down on you because they assume that you suck.
We really meet a lot of beautiful and talented people out here, and it's just a shame to see like, certain stereotypes that are thrown upon it.
Our skateboarders that are like kind of breaking any type of stigma around skateboarding.
It's been nice because everyone's pretty encouraging. Like, I think in this area, they're not as judgmental about someone wanting to learn. Everyone's pretty encouraging. They're not gonna laugh at you or make fun of you.
I like that I can still roll around at my older age and interact with people that are 18, 19, 20, or even sometimes younger, but still have a common interest.
Say that they're like a very open-minded community where they kind of accept all different kinds of people.
People come from a variety of backgrounds. So I talk to people who are in construction, I talk to engineers, I talk to people who still work retail. Sometimes you strike up a conversation and it starts about skateboarding, but when you're like, hey, what do? You get into some interesting discussions. People get into skateboarding for a variety of reasons. So like when the Peters parking deck stuff was really ramping up over the last year, and people started to build ramps, and so I started to meet more people, some of the newer students especially. Yeah, just hang out and skate for an hour. It was great.
I mean, campus skating is fun. Like on Peters, that was great one because it was like this whole skate community. It's almost like you're at the skate park.
I used to go to Peters because like it was on campus, so it's super convenient. I had a ton of people there. We were building stuff. We didn't really have any like problems with like actually tragic when they shut it down.
Quarter pipe was awesome. Had a box. Like people were coming out learning new tricks all the time, just like right in our backyards. And now we almost have to come out here.
Unfortunately, that doesn't exist any longer. I think at no point was Peters given to skateboarders officially. There was just kind of an understanding that police didn't care if we were there. A little bit of word of mouth, and then suddenly professional skateboarders are showing up on campus.
Our idols were coming too, like Rashad Ware, Skater of the Year, he came.
Once they start showing up and like everyone starts showing up, that's really when it escalated. Right now I don't have a reliable place on or near campus. We've got skate parks in the Atlanta area, but it's not like they're right next to campus.
You can't really skate on campus anymore, or like they don't like want you to skate on campus. So like we create a spot so you can avoid skating on campus and like getting kicked out. I'm here like every once in a while, but like I don't have my car, or like I don't have a car. I don't really skate as much anymore now after that.
Skateboarding already has such a bad stigma to it, and then they're taking away the only, like, not the only, but like the brightest of the skate community.
That and the bio quad are like two of the spots on campus where people can roll around and don't get yelled at. Don't have to fear of like accidentally shooting their board into traffic.
Go like meeting places on campus, but like now there's not really like anything for me on campus anymore.
I don't know, I'm bitter about Georgia Tech Police getting rid of like our skate spot. Like,
Cops are always getting onto you for skating in their road or skating anywhere, and it's like we had a place to skate and you took it from us.
Theoretically, you could still get yelled at by campus police, not because you're necessarily damaging anything, but just it's not a sanctioned area for skateboarding.
I guess it's like a liability issue. They're like trying to like become official. Maybe we'll get some space back on campus or something. All we need is like a concrete slab.
Davis actually made it into a real club at the time. It's not, they're working on rechartering the club right now.
And like built most of the stuff that we need, and now we just need some space somewhere to put our stuff, and that's it.
Forward progress is happening. It's a lot of it's going to hinge on whether or not they're going to let us use Peters, and if they're not going to let us use Peters, is there somewhere else on campus that they can let us have some space?
So this is just what we do. It's not who we are, it's what we do, and I love it.